Welcome back, everyone. We're here with Shirley, who is a nutritious and all-natural bird feeder to keep your birds well-fed during these winter months, a time when birds really need a little extra help, right, Shirley?
Yeah. Can you imagine how cold it feels to us? And these poor birds, they live outside, and in the winter, not all of them go to warm places. There's a lot, that you'll still find some cardinals and orioles and woodpeckers and all kinds of stuff, and they need food, especially now. So today I'm going to show you how to make what they call fat balls or fat cakes or suet. And look, guys, you can make so many different kinds. You don't have to be a chef. I've made all kinds of different, use a heart-shaped mold.
Look at this.
I mean, look at this. This is from a soda bottle turned upside down. Over here, I made some donuts. I mean, it's really fun. We got a bunch of stuff. I'm going to show you how to make them.
I've said it before. Now, tell me this, though. Why is suet better for birds than just regular bird feed?
Okay. Well, regular bird seed is fantastic. They need the protein from the nuts and all of that. But here's the thing. In the winter, they consume half of the calories that they take in just at night to keep warm. Can you imagine?
So they're burning half the calories just to stay warm.
They need the fat, they need the protein, and they're going to be setting up for the springtime for their nest.
So you're loading this up with more calories so that they have one so they can keep
It's not carbo loading, it's fat loading.
It's fat loading.
That's right.
Listen, I'm not afraid of eating fat myself. So let's see what goes into your suet.
Okay.
So what's your
ingredients?
Your magic ingredients?
Okay, so you have to start with a fat. And so traditionally suet is made with tallow or beef fat. Okay. But it's not everybody has availability to it. You can ask your butcher. Sometimes you get it for free. So you can use lard, which is what we're using today.
All right.
And then we're going to mix some of these in, but let me show you why these are important. Here's a nice chunky bird mix. Feel that. It's got big chunks of peanuts.
Yep.
It's got raisins. It's got whole sunflower seeds.
Okay.
And then you got some smaller seeds here for some of the smaller birds as well, with the dark shelled seeds. That has a lot of oil in it that really helps them to, metabolize and to keep them warm. Got some cornmeal. Cornmeal is really good.
How about that?
Yeah, because we need something to kind of bind our fats together.
Okay, good.
Steel cut oat. The only thing I want to tell you about steel cut oats, because I know you're going to go home and make these, is don't cook your oats first, because what happens, as soon as you cook your oats, the gluten is released, and that gluten is like glue, and it sticks to the little bills, and then it's closed and they can't eat.
Oh,
it's
that's
not
horrible.
good.
So
it's
it actually
not good.
backfires. So make sure your oats are not cooked.
Right.
And then you've got some fruits here, some dried fruit.
Choose whatever. Raisins. They love raisins. I've got some dehydrated strawberries that are not that fresh anymore, so I'm not eating them. I'm going to give them to the birdies. And look, dehydrated stuff that I make year-round, time to give it to them. So you want to make it?
Okay, so let's start making them. I think as you're doing this, I want to point out to everybody that it's incredible kindness to do this. I mean, the fact that regular bird feed, even as nice as that is, it's just not enough calories for these little guys.
It isn't.
So think about all the effort.
Yes.
So this is great. So we're putting in some of the different bird
just
seeds.
An assortment of the different nuts.
Okay, now some cornmeal.
Yeah, here's the rule of thumb is kind of like a third fat and 2/3 of the solid material. So I'm going to put a little bit of steel cut oats.
I love that we're talking macronutrients for our birds.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we're always counting our proteins and fats and carbs. Well, now we're doing it for the birdies.
There's a purpose for everything under the earth. And I'm going to put a little bit. Now we're just going to, before I do my...
stir this up?
Yeah, stir it up before I put in my fruit. And just kind of get it nice and rendered. Oh, if you need a little bit of protein, I have a little bit of worm meal. Don't be afraid. It doesn't talk back. Go ahead.
Okay.
And some people like to use...
Where would you find that?
You can just get it at any of these stores that have the pet section.
Okay.
You can use peanut butter also, but let's throw in some of this. We got some of that. Let's see, cranberries too.
I noticed you didn't do a whole lot of the fat, just enough to kind of get it.
A little bit more. A little bit more.
As I say that, you add a little bit more.
Okay. So then what you're going to do after you mix this, friends, is you're going to set it aside. Okay, you had enough fun. Give it to me. Okay, we're going to set this aside. Now we're going to... This is fast forward, half an hour.
So it gets a little bit, it starts to harden a little bit, right?
Yeah, it starts to harden. You can also put it in the fridge. Now go ahead and put this into our little...
You want me to do this?
Yeah, why not?
So you just kind of jam it in there?
Yeah, just like that.
All right.
And then, guys, it's going to come out so beautiful. Look at this. It's going to pop out just like this. Look at that.
Because it hardens. You don't have to put it in the fridge or anything?
I would suggest putting it in the fridge.
Oh, you would? Okay.
And you could even make a little sandwich for them.
Look at this
just
guy.
Like that.
Look at
Isn't that cute?
That's fantastic. And I know that you kind of take it to the next step and you can start putting these into feeders of different types.
You know what, guys?
You got one that's made out of a whisk.
Yeah, you see, go to the dollar store, and I just clipped 3 of them together, and I made little balls like this, And the detail is I added little spears of from herb plants, and that is a little perch for your bird. And so the bird can get up in there and do it and eat.
And they can have fun. They can pick it all over. You're fantastic.
They'll be your best friend.
I'm tempted to take a bite of this, but I'm not going to do it. Go to homebarnchannel.com for full instructions and even more gardening tips. And stick around, everybody, because coming up next, we